Hello, I'm Dwight Norris of fishingnetwork.com, and today we're going to talk about something very important, my big fishing idea, which is my solution to my fishing problem. So, you're a fisherman. You probably want to catch more fish. And to do so, you have to increase your skills, you have to increase your gear and the amount of it and the complexity of it. And you can also get expert help from charter fishermen, people online like myself, or other experts like pro bass fishermen. But there's another thing that most people don't think about when they think about how can they catch more fish, and that's to have more time. And my belief system of why that is mainly for myself. Most people don't think they have more time, or that they can get more time, or that they can attain more time. They're constantly searching for this, but it seems unattainable, and I've found a way to make it work. But you have to think about it in different terms. And I want to use this video to take you on my thought process and my journey, my beliefs about fishing and what's possible, and to take you away from your thoughts of what's not possible and to get at the same level that I'm at so that you can achieve what I've achieved. In general constructs, it seems pretty easy what I'm doing, but for most people, they aren't even willing to try. Even though fishing is their life, it's their blood, it's what they do, they got tattoos on their body, and they talk about it all day long, but when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, they aren't willing to even try. And I want to make sure that it's possible for everybody that wants to make a change in their life to go fishing more often. So I like to start off with something that I think will help you realize that time equals a lot of things. It's not just about fishing, it's really about what you want to do with your life. So I learned something in my previous job called the 5 whys, and it could go a little further than 5 whys, but it really helps you get down to what your true why is, I would say. It's your real belief. Sometimes you just look at the top level and you stop there and you think that's your true why, like that's the reason I'm doing something. But if you keep asking yourself why, you'll get down to close to or to that actual true why. And it's probably something that you have never thought about, and it might even be emotional. Most likely it comes to an emotional thing, because that's really what motivates people. So let's do a little example, saying something about fishing. Why do I go fishing? Well, it's fun and relaxing, and I enjoy myself. I like the way the fish feels when it bites, or that that little bit of a excitement before you cast into that log or that stump or that some kind of structure, and you know there's a fish in there, and you're feeling that line with your finger, and you're just waiting for that slight pull, and then that tug, and then like something that just overwhelms you in your body, and you pull back and you feel the weight of the fish, and you can feel it. It's almost like you can see the fish like darting to the left and darting to the right, and you know exactly when he's going to jump out of the water. You just want to like capture that in your mind. Just the like the thought and the of the fish jumping, and then actually seeing it, that's like triples your excitement. That's my top level of my why. But let's think a little further. Why do I enjoy that excitement, that feeling, that moment in time, that memory? Well, I like that memory, that thought, that joy, that fun, because I like feeling good. I like having fun. And fishing has been something that's been fun for me no matter how I feel. Okay, let's dig deeper. Why does feeling good and being excited make you want to go fishing? Well, because there's been a lot of time in my life and maybe yours that you haven't been very happy. Maybe you haven't achieved the things you wanted to in life. Maybe you didn't want to work a 9 to 5 job, or at least work a 9 to 5 job that you liked, or maybe for not as long as you wanted to. Maybe you didn't think that you would need to work until retirement. Maybe you thought you would have more time to go fishing. Oh yeah, I'm in college now, I can go fishing whenever I want, but then like the work starts, and then next thing you know, you get less time. You're like, oh, I still have a little bit of time. Then you get your family, then you have children, then you have commitments, then you have chores, then you have obligations, and the next thing you know, you're sitting around, and it seems like there's not even 5 minutes to yourself, nonetheless, to go out fishing and have a good time, because you remember it taking hours and hours to do all that stuff, but now you don't have that time. And when you fish, you can forget about all that and relax and be happy like you were a kid and just have a fun time. That's pretty close to a true why. And you can dig a little deeper than that if you want to. If you want to learn exactly what really pushes your buttons when it comes to fishing or when it comes to anything. Now, I think it's a really good activity to really know like why you do something, because once you figure out why you're doing something, you can actually take action on it and increase it and make it happen more often. You have to bring things into the present to make them happen. So let's get a little philosophical. So I think you get the point. So I like to ask a question, because it really pertains to Fishing at Work and what I'm trying to achieve here and what I'm trying to help you achieve. What will make you agree with me that fishing more often will help you catch more fish and be happy? Because when people think about catching more fish, they really think about the other things. They think about, how can I be a better fisherman? Like, I can learn how to cast better. I can learn new techniques. I can learn how to do different kind of reels, slow and fast and jerking, and I can get better gear. I can, need that rain gear when I get cold. I need that super light thingy with the net gator, because that's what's needed of good fishermen. I need the best crankbaits. I need the rapalas. I need the storm lures. I need to get that Ned rig, because that's the next best thing. All that stuff. And maybe I need to talk to an expert. I need to get those magazines in Fisherman, the Bassmaster Pro book, and learn from the best of the best if I want to be a largemouth bass fisherman, because they know everything. They've done the research, and they do the research every time they go to a lake or a river or wherever the bass are. They know what needs to happen, and I need to learn from them. But that's not your true why. Now, if you did your true why just before this, you can pause the video, go back, and do it. And go to at least 5. If you go to 5, I think you'll find it. And then you'll find out that 1, you fish because it's fun. You fish because you want that relaxation. That old man in the sea who just can't stop fishing because he loves it. It makes him feel good. It makes him feel like he could do this for the rest of his life. It makes him forget about all the bad things. It makes him feel like he's accomplished something. Things like that. So, if you had more time to do that, wouldn't you catch more fish? You'd have more time, not just to catch a fish, you'd have more time to get the skills and to actually execute and use the skills and increase your experience with them. You'd have more time to use the gear that you got and learn about how that rapala moves, or how that storm lure moves, or how that spinnerbait works around the structure, or that crankbait when it hits a log or a stump or something. If you pause for a second, you'll probably get a bite if you're on a drop off. Using how to use a worm properly, how to use a live bait, where to find the fish in certain situations. You have the time to do that. But if you just read, it's just like you're in college and you're reading a book. Do you really learn completely when you're reading a book? No. Most people learn by doing. You have to actually physically go out there and do it. The book can only show you what needs to be done, but when you actually take the action to learn it and you have that rod and reel in your hand, you're going out to that location, you're trying things out, things you learned from an expert, things you saw online, things you just wanted to try out yourself, and you'll get an A or B result. You'll catch the fish or you won't. And then you can take that knowledge and store it in your brain and use it over time. And over time, you'll become an expert. And over time, you'll catch more fish. If you haven't heard me say the word many, many times now, it's called time. You need more of it. And we all know that we can't buy time. We only have a certain amount of time, just like every other person. So you have to ask yourself, why are they where I want to be if they have the same amount of time that I do? Hold that thought, because that is in essence of what fishing at work is about. And if you went and to the website, like you've seen in my other videos, and gotten that 10-step process to go fishing at work PDF, then you would know what I'm talking about right now. But we'll get back to that in a minute. So, if you have this problem, then you know you have a time problem. And for most people through my life, I've learned and I've heard that people have a time problem. They say it all the time. They have a great weekend fishing. Oh man, that was great. We caught, they caught the redfish, caught the drum, we caught some striped bass, we caught some, who knows, some sheep's head, or some bass, or some trout. I'm not sure why I'm listing every fish in the world. But you had a great weekend. You spent some time out with some friends. You had a great time. You got a good catch. And now the weekend is over and you have to go back to work. And you say, man, I can't wait to do that again. The word wait is directly correlated with time. You have to wait a certain amount of time to do an activity again. But why do you need to do that? It's because you don't actually have time, because you aren't utilizing your time effectively. Yes, we all have obligations. We have to pay bills. We have to put the roofs over our heads. We have to put foods in our mouths or our family's mouths. And it's not an option not to do it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have a certain amount of time every day, just like everybody else, and it's up to you to decide how you want to use it. And if you think you can delay this self-gratification, like a 401k plan, where you say, oh man, I'm just going to save up all my money, and then I'm going to get that sports car, I'm going to go on those trips around the world, I'm going to get those ladies and those girls, I'm going to go party when I retire. And people don't think beyond that thought. They don't think beyond that why. Why do I have to wait until retirement to get these things? If you think deep enough, you'll discover a problem. Problem is, you're old. And when you're old, you have problems. You have medical problems. You have functional problems with like arthritis. You can't move. You're tired all the time. You sleep all the time. You don't want to do as many things. You're not having as much fun as you used to. Chasing girls is one thing, but chasing girls when you're retired, not something that's usually on top of your list. And if it is, it's kind of hard to do it. And you have that sports car, but people looking at you, they say, you haven't made it. You're not cool. You're just an old retired guy in that fast car that you worked so hard to get. And very soon, you'll be too old to actually do the fun things that you wanted to do. So why are you doing that same thing with fishing? Just throwing that time away. Oh, I'll go fishing when I'm an old man. I'll be that old man in the sea. and I'll catch that large fish and I'll have all that fun. But fishing's not something that's you can just do until you're super old. You can. It can be just as fun, but yet again, you have those physical ailments. You're tired. It's harder to actually put the boat in the water. Sometimes you need some help. Maybe you need more sleep and you don't get out there as much as you would want to, and it's not as exciting. And you can't have a couple beers, because if you drink a couple beers when you get too old, you pass out, and the next thing you know, something bad happens because you can't hold your liquor like you used to. And it's a myriad of things. You can just think about any person that's gone past their age, and now they're trying to do the things that they were supposed to do when they were younger, and it's just too hard. And when they really think about it, they're like, damn, why did I wait so long? I could have done this a little bit sooner. I just had a little bit more time being young and my legs working and everything else, man. It would be so much better. It's like when the old guys talking to me, oh man, when I was young, yeah, I could do that. I was just 20 years younger. I take you on right now. I'll beat you on that basketball court. I'll beat you in that sport. I'll beat you with my new hot rod. Yeah, I got that reflex time back in the day, but now I'm old and my arms hurt and my back hurts and my feet are swollen and all that stuff. Don't wait until that period of time. That's on the end. When you're in the prime of your life, you should be doing the things you want to do. So that's what I'm trying to convey here. It's a little long-winded, but I believe I need to hit all your key points to let you understand this is the ultimate thing you need to do before everything else, like the skills and the gear and the professional help. You need to work on your time. So let's talk about your current beliefs, what you believe about the way your life is now and how it affects your fishing. You believe that you can't catch more fish, and you might not even think further than that. You can't catch the fish because it's too hard. You can't catch the fish for many reasons, but I've done it. I have videos on it, and it's very possible, until like the water ices over and the fish are frozen. Then you can switch over to ice fishing, or you can go do something else. Even in the dead of winter, there are other fish that are actually just as active as they were in the past, and I've discovered this through practice. I've learned that yellow perch are very active during the winter. Just before the water freezes over, they're biting it just like they were in the summer. I'm not sure what their problem is, but I love it. So I'll be going after those soon. Also the carp, they love the winter too, but all fish will actually eat during the winter. They just don't need to eat as much because their metabolism slows down. This is just winter. That's one season. And for some people, winter season is warm. They're not up here in the Northeast. This isn't everywhere. Everywhere is different. And I have to help people do this everywhere. So I need you to realize that there's no reason for you not to be out there right now. So back to the beliefs. You don't think you have any time. Well, if you get my 10-step process to go fishing at work PDF, you'll find out exactly how you can get more time. This is an overview of the whole process, but it's easy enough to get started and just go try. Matter of fact, I think I said it earlier, I'm not sure, but I have a video about that time management strategy that goes over the very basics of it. And I'll try to put it in a tag here that says time management strategy or something of that effect. Go there and look at that, and once you finish looking at that and you actually do what it says, go try fishing. You can fish at work, you can fish before, you can fish after, whatever works. But after you do that, you'll have a better idea of how to utilize your time. More beliefs that you might have. You don't have good fishing skills. Well, this comes, one, with time, and with experience. And it can also come with instruction as well. And one of the things I want to do is to help you gain more skills. There are many different ways to catch fish and different strategies, different techniques, different tips. And I'm going to be providing those on the website, fishingnetwork.com, over a period of time. I'll I'll stick to the high level ones and I'll work my way down and work my way up, depending on maybe what you want. But I'll try my best to help out in that effect. But forget all that. It's already out there on the web. It's on YouTube. It's on websites. It's on TV on the fishing channels during the fishing season. Pretty much when the fishing season ends, it's hunting season. But if you want to hunt with this newfound time that you have, if you're a hunter too, it's all out there. Go do that. That's probably a whole other side of the thing. I don't hunt, but if you do, go do it. It's awesome. I love some deer meat. Oh man, it's delicious. Another belief, you don't know where to fish. Well, this may be the fact that you're on like a river like mine and you're like, where are the fish? They aren't on the shoreline, they're not on the points, I can't get to the holes. They're supposed to be on the bridge abutments, but the bridge abutments aren't working where I can get to them. And I can help you out with that with my blogs as well, and so can other people with their blogs and their YouTube channels and also on the video. So don't feel constrained. Don't be worried that you'll never be able to figure out where the fish are, or even worse, if you don't know where to fish in your local area. There's lakes, there's ponds, there's kettle ponds, there's places where they use for a water source, there's rivers, there's lakes, and maybe even you're near an ocean like me. And you're like, where do I go first? And if I go there, where on that lake or pond or stream or river or ocean do I go to catch the fish? And what kind of fish will it be in that area? Overload. I'll be helping out with that information as well. But obviously, I can't make it instantly because Rome wasn't built in a day. It'll take time. Oh, there it is again. Time. And as you can see, I have a 9-to-5 job. I go fishing every day. And if I don't go fishing every day, it's because I didn't want to. And when I do that, or not, I'm making videos, I'm making blog posts, and I'm trying to be of service to you to help you go fishing as well, because this is fantastic. Being able to fish every day if I want to is super cool. Beforehand, I was miserable, I was sad, I was pathetic, I was staring out the window, wondering how can I get to the water that's a couple streets away. Logic would tell me, you just use your 2 feet and walk over there. Stop being an idiot. But no. Years went by. It slipped out of my mind, it came back in my mind, and eventually I came across this big fishing idea and I almost slapped myself. Well, I didn't slap myself immediately. I went out and tried it first, like I'm telling you to do, before you have all that information overload and overthinking. You don't even need to bring a rod. Just bring your imagination. Act like you have a fishing rod. Act like you have a lure. Act like you have a reel, a backpack, lunch, and whatever, and just act like you're going out there and see what happens. Maybe just the nostalgia of being near the water and seeing the fish and the happy people and the birds and the bees and all that stuff will just awaken your mind to the possibilities of gaining more time in your life and what it can do for you. So once again, I'm going off on tangents, but they're important tangents because they're one of your key things you need to think about if you want to go fishing more and catch more fish. Another thing is maybe you don't know the right lures or bait to use. So that's in the same effect of you don't know where to fish in the lake. You don't know the type of lures to use for a certain fish, or at a certain time or environment or water clarity or the moon phase or tidal phases, etc., etc. I'll be making information for that. And the same thing for live bait. If you look at the video before this, you'll see me trying out European night crawlers that I bought online. Some super cool things I haven't done very often. I haven't used a night crawler in a long time. And I haven't bought bait online before. I was like, oh, it might be a scam, might give me like 2 worms in this thing, and what can I say? Hey dude, you gave me 2 worms instead of 100. But it turned out to be a great thing, a reputable company. And once I get repeated success from them, I'll tell you about them, because that's great information that you'll need if you want to go fishing a lot. You'll need more bait if you want to use live bait. You'll need more lures, you'll need more everything. But we're fishermen. We love buying stuff for fishing. Even if we don't need it. If this looks cool, why not? But one of the worst beliefs I think you can have is, I'm too scared to try. Because if you're too scared to try fishing, or fishing at work, during work, before work, after work, maybe you're scared of doing other things in your life that you should be trying, because they're probably all attainable. Maybe you're too scared to ask for that promotion at work. Maybe you're too scared to ask for that day off, or to get more training so you can increase your skills, or to get some time off so you can go see your son's sports game, or go on vacation with your family, or to do really anything else. Maybe you're alone. You just want to try something out, and you're like, oh, fly fishing. Yeah, that's for old people. I'm not going to try that. That's a waste of time. Why do I need to fly fish? Well, have you tried it? I used to say that. Now, I even found an instructor to help me. Next spring, I'm going to be fly fishing. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to try it. I'm not going to buy everything. I'm going to get the basics. I'm going to learn how to cast properly. Maybe I'll even make a video of me learning and see if that can help you. I'm going to try something new. And if it gets cold enough, I'm going to try some ice fishing. I went on Craigslist and I found some nice ice fishing tents, so you don't freeze, and there's people just giving away almost the ice fishing on the reels and all these cool ice fishing stuff that I know nothing about, but I would love to learn, because one, I want to go fishing more often, and I want to catch more fish. The two things are synonymous. So yeah, don't be scared to try new things. It's very important that you keep trying things, because you never know when the next love, at least for fishing, will come across. Maybe you'll find out that you love ice fishing. Once you get over the freezing, you just need better gear, more skills. If you have more time, guess what? You can do that. And there's the far side of the argument for the beliefs like, maybe transportation is impossible. Maybe the fact that you don't have any major lakes, streams, or rivers, or whatever near you. Maybe you're out in the desert of Arizona in some remote part, and everything is like 50, 60, whatever miles away, and there's no way you can get to it during the day, or before the day starts, or after the day, and maybe you just can't make it happen. And then you obviously say, right, you definitely don't have an answer for that. You're not that good. You're not that good. Well, I do have a suggestion. And that suggestion is to think about what's important in your life right now. If you have a family and you're doing all sorts of things in your local community, and you want to stay there forever, okay, you got a big problem now. A very big problem. There's no fish around, and you want to fish. So you have to think about, how much do you love fishing? Because if you do love it a lot, maybe it's time for you to move. Maybe It's your family that's important and not your community, not your house, not that piece of land that you're on. It's like the best land in the whole world. Maybe there's another place next to a lake or river or a stream or an ocean that's fantastic. And if you could get over there, your life would be that much better. And then you could use your time to go fishing more often and catch more fish. So now we've gone over your beliefs, where they currently are. Let's talk about where I would like them to head, where I want to take you on your belief structure, on your journey from not being able to fish or not thinking you can fish or having excuses for not fishing for so long, just like myself, to the point where you're like, yes, I can do that. It is possible. If I only do these things, I can make it happen. So I want you to know that you can, I can help you catch more fish by fishing more often. That's the key thing. It's not everything. I'm doing other things to help you as well, but the main thing is to get you more time to do it. Because when you have more time, you can do all the other things which will help you catch more fish. If you have more time to get more skills, you'll catch more fish. If you have more time to get the money, to get the gear, you'll catch more fish. If you have more time to get the advice from experts that know exactly how to fish your location with your environment and your fish that you're trying to get, you'll catch more fish. So that's what I can do for you. But you need to believe this is possible and go try it out. Please, remember that time management strategy? I'll put it up here again, time management strategy. Go look at that and then go try it. It's very important. You need to go from this place of it's not possible in your brain and erase it and go to the location in your brain that says you can do something. You can make a change. You can make a change in your life that will make you happier and you'll get what you really want. You'll get more fish. And you can do that by getting more time. And as you've seen, I've talked about it already, my preliminary structure, my 10-step process to go fishing at work PDF, which is free, is the way to make that happen for you. It has everything you need to learn about going from not being able to fish to be able to fish every day if you want to. This PDF is the table of contents. It's the bare structure of what you need to make that happen. You can either fill in the blanks yourself or ask of me more questions or go to my YouTube channel and listen to all the things I'm doing and why I'm doing them and how I'm doing them and learn that way. Or you can wait for the complete structure that I'm building in video and text and maybe even a podcast and putting that into a whole system that will help you wherever you are, no matter what you're doing, even if you're out in the desert and you have nothing near you, get to a place where you can go from not fishing to fishing more often and therefore catching more fish. So, now that I've gone through all these things, I hope you've learned at least one thing. You should get up tomorrow morning or, I don't know, lunchtime at work, watch that video about the time management strategy and try to go fishing. Or even fake it. Get that fake fishing rod, put on that reel and cast it out there and just mentally think about the fact that you could be doing that right now. Now if it's freezing outside in the Northeast and you're trying that, it might get a little cold, but it's still something that's changing in your head. A switch is flipping. A switch that will possibly change your life forever, because I can honestly say it's changed my life, and I'm just so happy that I've found this solution, and honestly found it myself, but once I looked around, there were some people still doing it. They're not doing it every day, but they even said in the YouTube comments, hey man, I just went across the street to the river and did that myself at lunchtime. Super cool what you're doing. I'm like, whoa, somebody else is doing this too? I went over to the river and I see some old guys. They're retired and they're doing it. And then like one day out of like 3 months, I saw a father and son out there in the middle of the day and they were fishing. And they were probably wondering how I was out there. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, same spot. How's that guy out here every day fishing? Maybe it's the same way people are out there every day doing their runs, doing their jogs, walking their children. Maybe not walking their children, but people working out, they have their time management down. They have their priorities down, and they made it a #1 priority to change their life by controlling their time the way they wanted to, and they're going to do what they want to do. So you should do what you want to do. So I'm just going to wrap it up here and say, please go to the website and get the 10-step process to go fishing at work PDF. It's free. Just put in your email. It's right up top, right on the top with a big logo. You click it, you put in your email, you get the PDF. Simple. And that's where your journey will start. So, I'm Dwight Norris, Fishing at Work, telling you to go out there and change your life and go fishing.